folks, thanks for joining me today. In today's tutorial, we're going to do a glass Christmas ball. Just showing you the ball itself, and I'm going to do the inside first. So I'm going to put glitter in there, but first I need something that's going to stick. So I poured in my secret ingredient of hairspray, and I roll it around all over inside until I have a nice coat on the inside. Then I drain it out and I pour in my glitter. Now this glitter is chunky glitter, but it's like rainbow colors, so pretty. So I just pour a bunch in with my funnel. Now watch what happens. Just a quick shake, boom, the ball inside's covered. And let me tell you that using hairspray really sticks. I use what's called superior hold. You don't have to necessarily use that, but I do suggest using liquid, not the aerosol can. It just works better. And it holds for years. I've got ones that are on my tree that I made years ago, and they're still all glittery on the inside. So now I'm going to use the top as my guidelines, and I'm going to start off with some pearl white. And I just put a dot on each one of the, I guess like the little lips on the cap, and it gives me a perfect grid line to begin with. And I'm going to work my way down the bulb. So you can do this in multiple different ways. You can do it on the front, you can do it from the bottom up, you can do whatever you like. For this tutorial, this is what I've done. Now at the end, when I show you the pictures of it completed, I have included other ones that I have done, just to give you an idea. Now I'm working on a glass ball, and you can see there I made a mistake. So what I did was I just used a dampened Q-tip or cotton swab, and I've wiped it off while it was still wet and reapplied. And you'd never know that there was a mistake there at all. So the other color that I use in this is called Sapphire Blue, and it's a metallic paint by FolkArt. I've listed everything that I've used in the description below. So please have a look down there to get all sorts of really cool information. There's links to places that offer discounts for my dotting tools. How to make a fine lining brush, how to make a blending brush, all that stuff is down in the description below. So make sure you go and you check that out. So what I did was I just used two colors. So I used the pearl white and the sapphire blue, and I've mixed them together. So in my paint tray, I have filled each well with a different amount of white, and then I've just added a little bit of blue to give me different shades. And that's it. I just use two colors and just use by mixing them different shades. So just to give a little bit more detail on that. So I would fill the first well up with 75% of the pearl white and then 25% of the blue, the sapphire blue. And then the next well would be 50-50, and then the third well would be the 75 of the sapphire blue and 25% of the pearl white. That way it gives me a gradient colors from white to the true blue of the sapphire. So you'll see that as I do dots all the way around. And that's all I'm doing is I'm just doing dots in between each row, and I'm just using the next size tool to work my way up. Now this is a little blurry, but I do get bubbles, so I just use a little pin and I pop those bubbles and everything's good. The paint actually fills in the hole that is left by the air pocket after I pop the bubble. So you'll get that when you mix paints together and you don't let them sit, so the air bubbles don't rise to the top and they get onto your tool and you put them onto your onto whatever surface you are working on. Now you don't have to use blue. You can use whatever colors you have in your inventory. This is just what I had, and I just love the color blue, especially the sapphire blue in the metallic paints. And that's why I used it. Now at the end, I do show you some other ones, but I just wanted to showcase this because it's so pretty. Now you'll notice too, this is the true color of the sapphire blue. Metallic paints have a lot of elasticity to it, so they have what I call as like slingshots or like springbacks. Oops, made a mistake there. So here's another example of how you can just wipe it away with a cotton swab and reapply. And anyways, so you've got to be careful when you're pulling back on the paint. You've got to do it slowly. I lift up on the paint so that way, because as I'm working down the ball, gravity starts to take over, and you know, it's the dot wants to sink, and then it becomes like an oval shape. We don't want that. So I put my dot on, lift my tool up so that the paint doesn't have this, see, you just saw right there, a bit of a string to it, and I lift up really slowly so that the majority of the paint is the top. So by the time it dries, it gets to the bottom, it's an even dot. So that's just a tip and trick from me to you on how to do your dots on a vertical surface and not end up with an oval. So now I'm using my nail stylist, and I'm just putting in a dot of paint just to fill in some of that negative space in between the dots and to incorporate them all together. So I'm using the color that is directly above it. So it kind of looks like it's blending down. And then the next row that I do is the next color that is above it. I'm just sort of bringing all of those colors down together. So these are kind of like the in-between lines, or the in-between parts of the bulb. And it turned out so pretty. So I just want to take this opportunity now to say thank you everyone for watching my channel and for coming back every time I post something new. If you're new to my channel, I really urge you to subscribe and ring the bell so you get a notification when I do post something new. And don't forget to like this. If you like this video, give me the thumbs up just so that I know. But I'm always reading comments if you wish to leave me a comment and let me know if you've tried this. Now I'm just adding if this was helpful, if there's something else you want me to do, at the top, just let me know in the comments below. It all together. And it looks so pretty. I love how this turns out. And to have that glitter, like, just watch as I turn the ball around as I'm dotting. Just look at the glitter inside that bulb. It's just so magnificent. And I can't wait to see it on the tree, see how glittery it is and how it shines with the lights on it. So now I'm going to add a big dot. So this is when I hold it in my hand because I just can't fight gravity on this level. So, and you can see on the sapphire blue dots on how that paint has slowly moved its way down to the bottom of the dot, and that's thanks to gravity. So by doing this, holding it in my hand, I'm sorry it kind of goes off screen, but this really helps to prevent that gravity from taking over. Another thing you can use is a heat gun or hair dryer if you've got one nearby, and just give it a quick blast of air, and it dries the outside of the dot so that it doesn't go down and it holds the paint in place. So now I'm going to do some walking the dots just around the white dots. And I'm using the sapphire blue again, and I'm putting a big dot underneath the sapphire blue, and I'm walking them around the white dot. And I can get about 4 dots in there. And then I use the white. So this is the pearl white, and I just put dots coming down hopefully in a straight line. If it's not, that's totally okay. Again, working on a glass ball, they're really easy to wipe away and then reapply. So originally I was going to do just every other one, and then I decided, nope, it doesn't look as nice. So I go back and I do the ones that I skipped. So that way every single one of them has this little drip down, I guess you could call it, or this particular design on it. And I do it on all of them. Then I let them dry and I can hang it on the Christmas tree. I don't have to do any sealing or anything like that. So this is the final product. So I wish everybody a Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah. Whatever it is that you are celebrating this holiday season, I wish you a safe and happy holiday with friends, family, and loved ones. So there you have it, folks. Life is what you make it. So get creative.